Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the HardBody Chronicle. Thank you again for joining me. Blessings to each and every one of you. I love you all very much. Thank you for keeping up with me, keeping up with the brand. Thanks to everybody who's been following the stream. I really appreciate that. It's been fun putting that out there, and I just hope to keep it up. The minimum, trying to do sessions maybe twice a month and just go from there. But first and foremost, let me give a shout out to Kevin over at Papa's Apothecary, hooking it up with the beard oil, the hair oil, keeping me nice and lubricated. Check out their website. They got a lot of great stuff. Highly recommended. So again, shout outs to Kevin. We're back. And there was a bit of an absence on my part. You guys remember I had COVID. And then exactly a month after having had COVID, I had symptoms again. And I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was at work and just sitting down. My butt was sore. And then my shoulders were sore. And it was stuff that I hadn't, I've been running and I've been going to the gym. But I hadn't, these are parts that don't usually get sore. So I thought it was odd. And then later that week, I started having a really bad cough and having a bit of congestion. And, I looked up long COVID because I didn't know what the hell was going on. And sure enough, apparently a lot of people, after having had COVID, a month later, they get COVID symptoms again. And the severity it's all over the place. It's different for everyone. But, some of those symptoms include chills, fevers, coughs, congestion, soreness, aches. So it's pretty much, it could be anything and everything. And that's what I was dealing with for a minute. So, it's kind of frustrating because I thought after having had COVID, I get back to my routine, start working out, going to the gym, back to normal. I do know my endurance took a hit. My lungs definitely feel like they're working at like 50%. I know at the gym after the warm-ups or whatever, I'm struggling just to keep up. And I'm hoping it just clears up at some point. So that's where I'm at. COVID is still lingering, I guess, in my body, just trying to fight it off all the way through. So yeah, that's kind of why I've been trying to take it easy and not push myself too much lately. That's hard to do, at least for someone with my type of personality, because I don't like wasting time. I need to move on to the next thing. I need to stay on my routine. I need to stay with my workouts, because if I don't, then I feel just unaccomplished and lazy. And I like being lazy, but after I earn it. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, I hope everyone celebrated Juneteenth. I think it was awesome to have that day be officially recognized by a lot of organizations, including the state. I think it's important that we recognize the atrocities that have occurred in the U.S. and that the peoples affected by these atrocities are given the space to reflect on it. I think that's important to kind of get us to a better place in terms of creating unity as a country. We're not there yet. It's going to take a very long time, but I think even this gesture is a step in the right direction. So yeah, I think it's great. And I think we should do more stuff like that just going forward. And and also happy Pride Month to everybody who celebrates. I'm celebrating for sure. I go outside and there's a lot of fun stuff going on, and people celebrating, having a good time, which is great. You definitely see a lot of people dressing certain ways, and it's definitely indicative of that community, which is, do what you got to do what you want to do. It's all good. So yeah, like I walk around and I see a lot of crazy stuff going on, and it's great. I love it. I love seeing that kind of diversity and people being themselves, because I know I struggle with that too a lot. And to, again, just have that space to just come out and celebrate what you do, who you love, and how you love. That's, to me, that's awesome. So again, I'm all about that. Fully support it. It's been great seeing it around Capitol Hill. Just walking around and doing my usual day-to-day stuff, but I get to enjoy it in bits and pieces here and there, which is awesome. On top of that, though, it's been kind of a tumultuous time in the U.S. When it comes to the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. Ever since the leaks came out, it's been a point of contention as to whether or not they were going to do it. But sure enough, they overturned it, and now states that we're in the process of trying to ban abortions now can go ahead and do that without any kind of repercussions. And so now you kind of have a situation where people who would need these kind of services have to look elsewhere. I think I have two concerns with this. First and foremost, it's not my decision as to what someone who wants to have a child or not. That's all on them. I have no say over that. And so the fact that we are just making it more difficult for someone to make that choice is ridiculous to me. Again, no one's forcing anyone to abort or do anything like that. But to me, the biggest thing is you take away certain things that we were doing before, and now you can't do it. I have a problem with that. So we'll see. I'm not sure how this is all going to play out unless people start voting and, elected leaders are put in the office that can maybe vote new Supreme Court justices in. I don't know, but this all takes time. And that's kind of how we got to where we're at now, right? Previous administration had a say in who was going to be a Supreme Court justice, and now here we are, even well after they've been out of office. So, I think with the branches of government that are set up in the U.S., legislative, executive, judicial, on paper it sounds good, and for the most part it's kind of worked out, but now we're kind of seeing where some of the shenanigans come into play, and this is how we got into this situation. So there's that. And I think the other thing too is that this sets precedent for other decisions going forward, right? So whether it's addressing contraception, same-sex marriage, even interracial marriages. And to me, that's kind of the interracial marriage. If things like that get looked at, or if the Supreme Court justices want to overturn other decisions, for example, I think the Love case, that was for interracial. That was a Supreme Court decision about interracial marriage. It's funny because one of the Supreme Court justices is black and he's married to a white woman. So it's like, okay, you want to pick and choose certain things to go and reassess, but you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot too, right? Like if we open up this door, this Pandora's box of shenanigans that the Supreme Court can all of a sudden start doing, it's like you also will be affected. So to me, that's kind of interesting. I don't speak for the black community, but I'm sure that's come out. I know if Justice Sotomayor would have voted for overturning Roe v. Wade, Latinos would be up in arms as well. So I don't know. That's just one little interesting dynamic that sticks out to me a lot. And yeah, it's kind of, to overturn something, it takes a lot of work, and I'm hoping maybe we can just it just stops here. But I don't know. It's just hard to predict nowadays with everything being so extreme, everything being so divisive. It's hard to say, honestly. I don't really know where we're headed, to be honest. And I feel like in the past, you kind of had a sense that the status quo would be maintained for a while, but right now it's all up in the air, to be honest. And definitely an interesting time in American politics. So yeah, that's what's going on in the world, or at least in the U.S. right now, which is, as a poli-sci major, is fascinating to me. Although I do get concerned as to the direction in which we're headed. So we'll see. Hopefully people go out and vote and elect officials that are in line with their way of thinking, at least a more updated way of thinking. At least that's my opinion. I feel like that's what needs to happen. going forward. So yeah, there's that. Which again, it's the day I woke up, checked Twitter, and that's what's going on. It was wild. I in the back of my mind, I'd hope nothing would happen, but it did. So here we are. So yeah, not too much else to report. I think personally, you guys know I've kind of been doing a lot of work on myself, and I think in my current season, everything feels amplified, and that goes both ways, right? It's like the good, like even the small victory here and there, whether it's something at work, something that I accomplished personally, it feels like a big deal. And also my failures are also amplified. So if I mess up at work, I feel it like for that day. I'm just like, man, like I could have seen that coming. I could have fixed it. I could have done this and that to mitigate certain things. And it's just, things are, I don't know. It's just, I don't really know what it means. I think everything's just more intense. And for me right now, it's hard to tell exactly what that all means. If anything, the only thing I could come up with is that maybe I'm more, I don't know, maybe I'm paying more attention to the world around me. Maybe I'm more focused. I would like to think that I am. I think I'm really drilling down into how I approach things, and I think overall it's a good thing that I feel things a lot more. That I'm more in tune with what's going on. I think over the last year, maybe I wasn't good at that. I felt like I was just trying to do certain things because that's what was expected of me, and just as a person of my age, you gotta settle down. You gotta have the wife. You gotta have the kids, which are things that I do want at some point. But I'm so broken that it's not even within the realm of possibility right now for me. That there's so many things that I need to fix, which isn't bad. Like I'm learning from all my mistakes, and I have to learn from that to evolve into the next phase, to whatever the hell is coming up next, right? So, so back to what I was saying. I feel like it's a good thing that I think even the little things mean more to me. Like every little thing matters, and it's like I said, it's amplified. It's more intense, and I think I'm just more focused, and I'm more, I'm more in tune as to what's going on and how it affects me. And I think it is. Now that I'm thinking about it and saying it out loud, more than likely, it's just it's part of the work that I've been doing, and that's just one of the things that I'm trying to work on is just being more honest with myself, right? Where in the past, I would just, so I consider myself fairly capable, and I would just take things on without even being honest about whether I could accomplish it or not, right? Like I would say, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can be in a relationship. I can do all this. I can take on these projects. No problem. I got it. But I think if anything, I'm at least more recently, I'm a lot more honest with who I am and what I am and where I'm at. And I think, now it's like, I know what I can't do, right? I can honestly look at myself and say, you know what, that's not in the cards right now. Maybe at a later date, but at least with where I'm at right now and kind of the progress that I've made on certain things, I'm just not there where I can accomplish that goal. And I think for me that's big, because as someone who's I wouldn't say arrogant, but I'm very confident in myself, to be able to say that honestly within, have that internal dialogue within myself and be like, hey, you know what, Pablo, you can't really do this right now, so just fall back and it's okay, right? That way, one, I'm being honest with myself, I'm being honest with others as to what I am capable of, and in that honesty is the truth. And people just want the truth. The truth, for as good as or as harsh as it may be, is still good, right? That's what you want to put out there. So I'm definitely working on that, and just being more honest with my capabilities, not trying to stretch myself too thin. I'm really protecting my time. I'm protecting, my personal space and the things that I need to, I know what I need to work on, and I know there's things that I can always improve on, but giving myself that buffer right now is the key thing to where I can just focus and not burn myself out. And that's, to me, that's crucial. So yeah, and at some point I will get I will make progress, and I'll be able to take on other things that I'm not ready for now. And that's fine, right? Because I'm living my truth, and that's kind of been the theme like the last 6 months, right? Just trying to really get my stuff together and acknowledge where I'm really at. So yeah, that's my progress report for the time being. Again, thanks to everybody who's been catching the streams. It's been a lot of fun. I would like to stream more, but I'm struggling with how to do it well and not just spam a stream because I happen to be home or because I want a game or something. I want it to be meaningful, I guess, every time that I put it on. So that's why when I do the streams, I have friends over, everybody's having a good time, and we're just throwing down in the games that we love. So to me, that's awesome. For me also personally, it's reinvigorated the sense of community that I have with my gamer friends specifically, and it's just great facilitating all that, getting people together, and having people actually turn up and appreciate that I host, and that I have the stream, that I got the setups, and that we all have a good time, and because that's what it's all about. It's about just keeping that community going, keep it thriving, and people who come across the stream and say, "Hey, I happen to be in Seattle," and I'm like, "Hey, pull up," it's all good. We got you. And just trying to keep it going. Because I realize, I'm pretty much set in my ways for certain things. And the fact that I can be set in my ways, play a game that I love, and have people be interested in that and, actually want to partake, it's awesome. So, so I'm going to keep working on that. I got to keep on putting on more designs for the store. Ever since Fight Kingdom, sales have dipped dramatically, but that I was expecting that. It's just I need to focus on some kind of viral advertisement or something to get my name out there. I know I have a good thing going with the products that I have. When people see it in person, they like the stuff. But again, in this day and age, having the social media presence, having an online presence, that's massive, and that's the only way to really sustain a business going forward, right? Like if you're going to be selling stuff online, you got to tie it all together and make sure people see you. So I'll continue working on that. Again, like I said, this is a passion project, but I would like to see some success, or a little more than I had previously. Because like I said, Fight Kingdom was an awesome experience, and I like to just kind of keep building on that. And I alluded to this in my previous podcast, and I'm trying to see if there's other in-person things I can do. I'm still looking out. I'm emailing certain brands and whatnot to see what's possible. So we'll just keep it going. So again, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Blessings to all of you. I love you, and I'll see you next time.